You're doing you. You're functioning in where you at. What qualities do you admire in a suitor? I don't know what she was saying. What you were saying right there, SO. But
no, that's tell them what SO is.
Significant other.
There you go.
It took me a while to figure it out too. I'm not gonna lie. I was like SO. Morals and core values is a new lesson learned for me. Having the just it doesn't have to. We're not saying that it doesn't have to be the exact same. It have to be extremely similar actually. Just so that we're on the same page on what really matters. If we don't like ketchup and mustard, we can live with that, but if I'm not compromising my faith for, whatever lifestyle you're trying to live, that's something we can't operate in. Well, so, I guess, paying attention to core values, right off the bat. What are they? Stick to yours and I'm gonna stick to mine and we can leave it at that. Like I said, communication. I'm trying to think of the other one that I just thought of. But yeah, core for me right now, if I'm ever looking at anyone that I could possibly is, where are your core values? Are you, if you're not where you want to be, as far as your spiritual walk or anything like that, can I see you striving for it? Because, we're not all where we want to be. I know I'm not. But are you striving, to be better, or are you comfortable? Can you lead? Even me right now, on my 19-year-old, I'm like, back in the book, dudes was 12 running kingdoms. Yes. So you need to get with it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously I can't have that same standard here and now. But it's still just like, I got to see something, at my age, you're around 19, 21, I got to see some young. Vision. Yeah, you can have some vision in your life at this age. And when you don't have one,
I like that. Okay.
So, I think, like I said, spiritual covering, emotionally, obviously not being an emotional punching bag, but being able to, hold down the fort. Obviously, he has to be funny. Definitely has to be funny. And he has to be disciplined with himself, monetarily, physically, just anything. Discipline. Have discipline, for sure. Okay.
So, in this man, it's my turn. No, but you want to do the whole thing? No. You can go ahead and do the whole thing.
We need each other.
Okay. So, how should a young man approach you for a relationship, of courtship?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, should someone push me?
Yo, little mama, I was in prayer this morning and I heard that you, pretty little lady.
Oh my gosh.
It's supposed to be with me.
And honestly, I'm going to be real. Like, there's so much, trauma when it comes to that situation. Like, There's been multiple times where guys have said, like, the Most High told me to reveal to me in a dream that you're my wife. And then, like, a month later, it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. That wouldn't it. So it's just like, that's kind of touchy because it's like all these other times, it's just like, no.
So when it wasn't reciprocated, and all of a sudden that wasn't him. You didn't reciprocate that, oh, he told me to. Or you didn't act in the way like, oh,
I want, I'm down for this.
For this relationship that all of a sudden now, it must have not been the Most High.
Like, talk to me. Be a homie. And once things progress from that way, I feel like it's way more fulfilling in that way, where it's just like you are really getting to know that person beyond the butterflies, beyond, like you say, the rose-colored glasses and all that, that kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? it kind of messes with your judgment. You know, it clouds your judgment. There we go. Mm-hmm. So, I'm like, no. And I personally don't like that. You know, the feeling of, oh yeah, this is what we're gonna, you know, work towards. I want to be with you. Mm-hmm. So let's plan for that. Like, no. Be my friend. Mm-hmm. You know, hit me up. Mm-hmm. And whatnot. Yeah, get to know me that way. We can go out to eat. We can walk in the park, like, as friends. Just enjoy our presence so we can see how we think, how we operate, how, you know, our mindsets, you know, where our mindsets are in this day and age, and honestly the stage of our lives, and if we would actually be a good fit. Because courtship, it's like, you're so, like, just honestly bringing that to the table from the beginning, it's like that's the focus. That's so much of the focus that you're not even focusing on all the qualities that you want this person to meet, you know, or to have. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, no, I don't even want to have courtship or, you know, that, though that is a priority of mine, and I'm not wasting my time with just anybody. Mm-hmm. But I don't want the priority of, we need to get together and we need to work towards this, to completely distract me from seeing how you truly are as a person, and if you would actually be a great partner, a lifelong partner with me. With friendship, I mean, that's where it starts. Well, I didn't know. I thought I knew this person. No, you didn't, because you were so in love. That's right. We went straight to marriage and having kids and going on. So, oh, you're my wife. Like, I don't even know you, and you're talking about wife, husband, where? Like, you're not even a friend. Mm-hmm. So, at least a friend.
It's almost like marriage is the new pickup line, and it's like, all right, this is my 4th, 5th time hearing this. Wow, what's happening? What's going on, or whatever? So, I say definitely so. Even at the age at, like, it's just, it's running rampant, and it's honestly ridiculous, because it's just like, you barely know yourself, and that depends on even if you've been doing work as far as trying to get to know yourself. Like, it just started for me when I was 16. Like, oh yeah, I'm learning myself. This or there. I found out I like this. I found out I like that. I love stuff like this or whatever. So it's like, somebody else who's my age, who knows if they had just started last month, and it's like, baby, come on. So
it's a journey.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a journey, and I feel like we're literal infants in that journey right now. So it's like, I don't even see. I can see how it's like, oh yeah, I can see a future with that person, but being like, oh yeah, you're my wife, I want to marry you. It's like, why you still don't even know if you like your socks ironed? Like, come on. So
socks ironed.
Like, I will say it's definitely a lot of pressure in that instance, as far as like the community is concerned. At our age, it's just like either a relationship or you already done found your person and stuff like that. And it's like,
want to be chose.
Yeah, want to be chose. I'm not living a life of a wife when I haven't even lived life yet. So I'm not even going to sit up here and act like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Right. Yeah, and it's like, no, I want to do things that I enjoy and stuff like that. Like, these are, as I'm learning myself, I'm doing the newfound things that I enjoy. So let me have some time to do that or whatever. So yeah, but it's definitely a lot of pressure.
Hey guys.
We hope you're enjoying the show.
Yes. Now, many of you ask, where are they now? Right? Well, here's where you can find out. You can find out in our new interactive ebook, How We Manifested Our Extreme Makeover. Right? Where you're going to find out about our pre-extreme makeover experience, our during the extreme makeover, and the post, what we've been up to lately.
Yes.
Experience.
Get the inside scoop from the perspective of the girls and Eric and I, from birthday parties to blessing parties to community events and family events. I mean, we've done them all right here.
Right here. So get your copy today. Hit the link and pre-order your copy today.
Of How We Manifested Our Extreme Makeover. Pre-order your copy
today.
So do you think that your standards are too high?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And why not?
Okay, because like, so my idea of like a perfect guy if you were to walk through this door.
So it's funny that you describe someone that's a lot like
Daddy. Yeah. Because you've always been charismatic. Charismatic, and also not taking himself too seriously, like not afraid to like have a good time. Mm-hmm. You know, he could be a little corny. I kind of like a little corniness. You know.
Baby, but you are fun and funny. And with a little corn.
I am Russell Wilson. The brother
yes, Russell Wilson.
That's right.
Russell Wilson. He is corny, but I like that.
I did too. Yes.
You take yourself too serious, after a while, nobody else will.
Exactly.
Well said, sir.
You know, people will know how to handle you. I think like when you're trying to be serious, they respect it. You know, and then they also know, oh, this is a cool person I can relate to. You know, that's genuine.
That's what I want to be approachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just authentic.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm gonna be me.
Yeah,
I will be me.
I'd rather be me than trying to be somebody else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. My saying is, don't be somebody in somebody else's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the standard is too?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, have some confidence for sure, though. Like that's my main thing. Like be confident, not overly confident.
I was just about to say. So when you say confident, not arrogant.
Not arrogant. Whoops. Yeah, no, not arrogant. Yeah. But you know, just being.
Your mama be looking at me.
Oh, I'll be looking at him too. That's why I don't like pretty boys.
Okay.
He don't have to be super handsome. He don't have to like have a bunch of muscles either.
No muscles, girl.
No muscles. That's a little too hard.
I thought you was describing me. How important is physical appearance?
Ooh, that is a good one. That's a good one. You came up with that, Papa?
Really?
That's a good one. Where y'all get them? That's a good one. That's a good question. Okay, I'll say on a scale of like 1 to 10, I would give it like 8.5.
8.5.
Not 7.
8?
Okay, I'm not even gonna say that. I really can't even score it, but it is important to me. Like, not like how you look, like if you look a certain way, like if you look ugly or not or whatever. Because personally, I don't like pretty boys, anything like that. You know, but I like as far as like your looks, that doesn't matter to me. Or I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it doesn't hold that much weight to me. As far as like how you take care of yourself and you know, dress and style and stuff like that, that does kind of matter. You know, I would want us to match each other in a way. Not saying that we gotta look, you know, like a power couple every time people see us.
Right.
But I would like for you to look put together, just like women.
Look like you put some thought into
like you put some thought. Like I don't want to be walking around and I'm looking cute and you looking like you just rolled out of bed and just get gone. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know, we can have our bum days. That's okay.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel
Bum
like
days.
I feel like, you know, at least look like you care about yourself.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. It's not like he got to be what I call the 6'6". 6 foot, 6 figures, and 6 pack.
No, and I don't, even with the height thing, that's kind of crazy to have a requirement on someone.
Let me measure you, boy.
Yeah, like, you know.
Come here, girl. You 34, 26, 38.
Like, how many people you done looked at to
Maybe
actually
40.
know the measurements with your eyeballs?
That's,
You got
But
it.
yeah,
You got it.
I'll say, you know, just look like you care about yourself. You know, look clean, clip your nails, clean under them.
Dang.
clean under them nails.
Clean under them, because some people forget that.
But what if he a mechanic?
He can still do that.
But
when
I'm
he
saying,
washes
I'm
his
telling you,
hands.
That's what I was going to school for.
Okay, even if that is the case for you, at least it's because of something. Some people should be walking around here looking like they just dug some dingleberries back there and just kept it moving.
What? Okay, wait a minute. Dingleberries. Dingleberries under the ground.
No, dingleberries down there.
Okay.
It just looked like they just, kept it moving. I'm like, no.
Okay.
Y'all be.
I wasn't ready.
Wow.
I wasn't ready. Okay, I got you.
This one is uncensored.
I got you. Do you remember when I told you? I say, well, Daddy wasn't always at this place.
I know, and I can't believe that. You're not gonna convince me that you weren't.
Core values were there.
Right, there you go.
The core values.
Yeah.
But there were some things that kind of grew, as a man grew. For instance, having a package in the car for my wife, that has her essentials if something was to happen. When we first got married, I didn't have a package. So I have a package in the car that has some essentials for my wife. Wife's
a lady pack.
Lady pack, her lady stuff.
For my lady.
And it's in every single one of my vehicles, right? So that if we're out somewhere and something, she might have one in her purse or whatever.
I'm like, I'm actually thinking like, let me add that to the list. Lady package.
It's stuff like that.
Car.
Making sure in your car you have some, the little package to where if the car breaks down or this or that or, just different things. Making sure when she would. Now, one of the things for me is that I wanted to always open my wife's door. That was something I longed to do. We could be having a fight. Or whatever.
And he does.
And even though we fighting, I'm still gonna open the door. So it was certain things that was still there, but there are what are some other things you think
that was just your core value. That was just a part of you that you weren't going to.
Right.
Yeah, you weren't going to not do just because you didn't feel it wasn't the feeling.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, why I'm single.
I told y'all, I say he may not know about keeping the vehicles to where you don't know what gas to put in the car. Because that is the particular role that we are hard and fast on male roles that the woman can't put gas in the car. No, I want my wife to know what needs to be done if that's in a situation. Yes. But as far as the day to day, if I'm gonna make sure that the cars are straight. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure, beyond the gas, the maintenance, tires rotated, oil change, all of those basic things, smelling good, washing, make sure, and if it rain and she got somewhere to go, I'm gonna make sure her ride is tight or whatever. Those were just things. Yeah. Now, but this ain't about us. This is about you.
But I think what you're saying is too that because there are certain things, and what Daddy's saying is that there are certain things that you can learn
that a guy can learn.
And a woman can learn. Like so many people, and I know. Listen, we know that we're growing up in a society where not a lot of these young ladies are knowing how to cook.
Now, all my daughters know how to cook.
All of them have a knife to cook. If you don't know how to cook smothered, chicken or what have you, I don't know why you would want to, but, some people still do that.
Smothered chicken.
You like smothered chicken?
You made some of the best smothered.
But I don't do it often.
Chicken wings.
I don't do it often.
Back in our struggle.
Yes, struggle years. I mean, because we're trying to do different type of eating.
Chicken wings and rice.
Yeah, smothered.
Okay, well, sounds like you want me to go back. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go back. I'll help him out with
every
that.
now and again.
But there are certain things that you can learn, right? And
can I say
that's mindful. Yes.
So here's another thing why, back to the question on why I'm single. I think as well that even being that I'm used to a certain type of treatment, from my dad. And then also from some of the good relationships that I had.
So it's your fault.
There are some guys out there that actually are like, that's too much. So it's just like, realizing that too, that,
I may be too much for someone, even though it's bare minimum for me. You know, like this is just like ordinary, like every.
So, do you feel that your standards are too high?
For the wrong men, yes.
Well, all right. And that's the end of this segment. So, no.
Toast to that.
Okay. So,
for the wrong men. Definitely. But no, for the right one, definitely not.
So you said your standards are not too high. So what are 3 of your standards?
So, I wish I could like put this all in like one, but respect, honesty, and integrity. I would put that in one. And obviously, you know, spiritual, like maturity 100%. And the third being vision, having vision and direction of where he's going, because a lot of people are just living for the now and for what pleases them right now, instead of what things will look like in the future.
So how you are behind closed doors, in private,
like
not just
that had no double life. No double life, not up from here, you know. So I don't want to feel like I'm dating Hannah Montana.
So then, what's a deal breaker?
Any type of disrespect and honestly, like, I don't know what the word, like, inconsideration, you know, for my well-being. For my feelings, all of that, no, it's a no-go. It's a no, right there. You don't really care. Like,
what if though? Because there is a learning curve in relationships where it could seem as though a person is inconsiderate.
Like, where's she going?
Where's she going?
But so you know, for instance, like we tell a story in the book about when we first were married, right? And we had, you know, an issue. Your daddy had a way with his tongue, right? He needed to bridle
nicely,
it. Right? And so he now he wasn't abusive, but he was abrasive. Does that make sense? So,
because I didn't yell at you.
No, he didn't yell or whatever, because I'm from 3rd Ward, on the good side, next door to the Washatera. But, you know, there's a certain standard that I had that no, you don't cross that. He never crossed that, but it was still some
like
inconsiderate.
Gentle.
Yeah, it was some points where, you know, he wasn't being considerate. And so, but over time, he learned. And so would you consider a space of time a learning curve?
Well, actually, because truth be told, you couldn't see that until after we were married.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Because those things didn't come out.
So what about that?
And it wasn't that I was hiding anything.
Right.
No. Just a circumstance.
Yeah.
We living together.
Life
right.
Right. Some things you're not going to know until...
So you can't. So would that be a deal breaker? As you know, if he, you know, like, you know, Zoe, come on, you know, what you thinking that is? And you're like, I'm in here packing my bags. Mom and Daddy, listen, open up the back door because I'm coming through.
Daddy, see, I know you wouldn't do this.
Right.
So this man, come get me. Like, no. See, and this is exactly why I am single right now.
If we talk about something like that, how we make decisions, if you have a thought process that, man, look, I'm the head of the household, I make the final decision, and this is what we're going to do, and this is just what we're going to do, right? I can see that being a bit of a red flag and something and an opportunity to grow, to grow together, or whatever, and see exactly where that comes from. You know, how is it that is the case? You know, and if it's you know, on the faith tip, you know, did the Most High ever negotiate with his bride? Did he ever take counsel?
The patience that he had.
Yeah.
Woo!
You know, one place I would say was with Moses.
Ever circle back? I wouldn't have ever circled back that.
Right? Oh,
But-
even before getting to Moses, when Moses talked to him about not killing the people. Let's go back to Abraham. Abraham, when Abraham to go, hey, if we find 10 people, if we find, you know, well, he started high. If we found 100 people or whatever, and negotiate all the way down to 10 people or whatever. So if the Father, if the Creator of the universe has the wherewithal to talk with, you know, and to so-called negotiate or whatever with the creation that he created that comes from him. If the woman comes from the man, why wouldn't the man follow suit?
Right. What would you say that would be telltale signs that a person is ready for marriage?
A sense of not always putting oneself first when it comes to certain situations. Like, oh no, it's like that's the first thing that comes out your mouth. It's almost like you don't think of the other side first, in which being a head of the household, which is what they would have to be prepared for if they were ready, it does not show that, I feel.
If you're saying what? Say
Yeah, like
in
certain situations, if you automatically put yourself first,
You're realizing that two worlds are literally colliding.
hands down.
And just knowing, okay, he may think this way, but that's not how I saw or what I think, you know. But then be like, oh, okay, actually, but that's where we, you know, help each other out. So,
That's so true.
like, even currently, learning, okay, our different communication styles, or, oh, this is how you were raised, or how you've seen things, and this is how I've seen things. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is how we're going to do better, you know, this is how we can do. So, I guess, I don't know, does that answer the question? Because I'm trying to, I don't know a specific.
Yeah, it's certain things, to delve into the office of the wife. I mean, we've been said that it was all what's always put before us is the mother. For instance,
Right.
when the dad is at home with the kids, it's called babysitting. Well, wait a minute. How is that?
That's his
those
child.
are your children,
Right.
And your children too.
right?
Yeah.
So
Takes two to tango.
I think the biggest piece when you look at function is that men, when we go back to the original design in Genesis, you know, the man has the seed, right? He has the basis, but women's nature makes more, right?
Multiply.
So in that, whatever, in those functions, the men have, and our seed regenerates, so we continually to expand and and plant. Yes. So, but the woman takes what the man has and makes more out of it.
Yeah.
And so, in the office of woman, what are you making more? What are you making more of?
Right.
I think that's kind of within what you said as far as holding down the fort or whatever. It doesn't mean that the man is lackadaisical and not involved. No, you're involved. You're totally involved. Because look, I'll wash some dishes. I sweep some floors, you know. And just like Elaine will get at, we have some different gender roles. Well, I say that about washing some dishes. I am available to wash dishes. Elaine just doesn't want care for me to wash dishes.
Right.
Not because I don't do a well job. Am I right?
That's right.
But because that's just a boundary that she set. Just like
that's my way of honoring.
Say that.
So I taught
say that.
our daughters long before they became teenagers was, you know, honoring your, you know, honoring your spouse, honoring your husband, right? And so for us, our relationship, he was the main provider, and so the function. I think we're talking about function of a wife, and the function of the husband. And so understanding what those functions are and what they look like is different for every household. And so, but at the same time, there are certain principles that never change.
Right.
So with that, I think even what you were saying too, Jessica, is am I ever fully ready? You know, when you were born, you are already born with the characteristics that are required. Right. You know, to be a wife, if that's what you're called to be, because everybody not called to be, you know, wife. Everybody may not marry, and that's okay. That's according to them and their assignment with the the Father. Right. But everything that makes a king, which our men are, you are, you were born with that. You know. Everything. Look at him, y'all. Look at him.
Puffing his chest up.
Look at him. He ain't gonna be able to look. He about to
You're
pop.
not gonna beat
he about to pop.
Oh, I thought you were gonna beat it.
But everything that makes a wife, you have that in you already. And so, I will say this: that I felt like I wasn't ready when I literally heard the voice of the Father when He called me to come over to His apartment. And I literally heard an audible voice that I never had heard before in my life was, He's going to tell you you're His wife. And you are. And I was like, oh, my heart was palpitating, and I was just like, oh my goodness, the whole ride there. As I told my sister, I said, I'm going to Eric's. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I'm like, I'm going to to Eric's, and the whole ride, I'm like, I'm not ready. Yeah. So the point was, I was telling the Father, I'm not ready, but he green lighted it, right? So the point that you feeling like, oh, will I ever be ready? We may not feel that way, but at the same time, you can prepare. Bingo. Yes. There we go.
One of the other things that she didn't share that he said to her was that he is the most wonderful man that you will ever meet, and he will love you beyond all others. Is it my turn
for the next question?
Survey says.
Okay. Oh, he ain't say